You're going to need 3 of these. You can get them at any hardware store most of the time. And then the bolts that go in these. So I had about 0.6 of a quart. Welcome back to episode 4 of MOTO-VATION. So on this episode, we're going to take it out, take it for a rip, show you what this thing does. We're also going to show you a few tips and tricks with the ARACER and a couple of other things. Let's get into the episode. Alright, so we're going to measure this and figure out what the ground clearance difference is. So, looks like we actually gained some overall height. With how I have the pipe now, it's 6 inches, actually probably like 5 3/4 of an inch. The actual engine clearance from the lowest point looks like it's approximately 7 inches. Looks like we lost a couple inches on overall ride height from how the exhaust was and then how a standard grom exhaust goes underneath. Realistically, you're not losing much, if any, ground clearance. So since this goes through a couple fairings, I wanted to have something to clean up this whole area. There is going to be a screen that goes over this. What you're seeing right now is a little bit temporary. This is a velocity stack for a carburetor that's obviously larger than the throttle body. The throttle body comes straight out, and this actually sits at an angle. The throttle body is sitting like this, and then the fairing is sitting like this. So the throttle body's flat, but the fairing comes and slices in at an angle. So since it goes through this fairing, and this fairing, there wasn't a whole lot of options for how can we make this clean. I just kind of looked at a bunch of different things, contacted Brandon from Scooter Swap Shop, and I said, hey, this is my diameter. Do you have something that's a little bit larger so I'll have a little bit of leeway in here? I like how this came out. It came out really good. This fairing's gonna have to get re-wrapped because of this little piece right here. Most of the bike is gonna get re-wrapped. It's gonna all look better soon. So we'll go down to the exhaust. So something that we're gonna do, we're gonna change where this bend is on the exhaust. This bend needs to be sucked back up closer to the oil filter here. I have the pieces. I'm gonna have Dylan go ahead and get this all put to where it needs to be, and then we will be all set and ready to go. But overall, the exhaust came out really clean. We got the SC Project pipe. We got the large diameter header. I like to do stuff a little bit different, so I didn't go with the Chimera header. I went with a full custom header, which I bought all the piping from Steady Garage. You can get that directly from them. Remember, we did space this. I used 2 washers. There's technically 1 already there from the factory, and this is Composimo rear sets, so your bike could be a little bit different. On the bottom side, we used a little bit of a spacer, and then on the top, we used just 1 thick washer. Other than that, I mean, it looks pretty good. I think it looks really clean in the bike. We got a belly pan on it. I wrapped it the same color as the bike. We got the gray Chimera radiator hoses, so it all kind of matches up. All right, so this is how you're gonna want to set up your ARACER. So this is what the ARACER is looking like while it's operating. Slide to the right, go into calibration, go into quick burn, and you'll select your manufacturer, your model, and the style of the bike. quick go to flash. And it says, are you sure you want to reburn? You press OK. So next we're going to move on to the TPS, and that's throttle position sensor. What you're going to do is go into here, pull the throttle back, let go, and it should automatically save. It takes you through the steps. We're going to want to go into the auto tune. We're going to want to make sure it is in the on position, which it is. It comes default to off. Then we want wideband closed loop O2 on, and what this does is it sets up your bike to run off the existing map and auto tune on top of it. Next, we're going to want to set our fuel base. I have mine set at 75%. You're more than welcome to set it to anything else, but what I've noticed and messed around with is 75% with a 300 injector on a CBR 300R motor. 75% is the best spot to go. And next, I forgot about this. You're going to want to set your engine RPM limit, so your rev limiter. I set mine to 12,000. I suggest setting your rev limit to 10,500 to 12,000 RPMs. I would not go any higher. So as you can see, tapping this one way, tapping this another way, it will go in increments of 1. So slide it to the closest one, tap it to where you need to go. We're going to want to pull up the coolant fan. I set mine at 85 degrees Celsius. It takes a while for the bike to even get to 80 degrees, and that's when your bike starts auto tuning. Then you want to go back to the main menu, slide over, and go into maps. And this is where you're going to save your maps. So I have 2 here. I just had a version 1 and then a version 2. So those are the 2 times that I auto-tuned. I should probably do it a couple more times just to get it to that perfect amount, but I'm not too worried about it right at the moment. For this, I would go ahead and ride your bike anywhere from 20 to 50 miles, get through all the gears, go through all the RPMs, make sure you're going up and down through the RPMs. And I would say do this 3 to 5 times, and you should have a perfect base map set up, and then you can go in to start doing some fine tuning. Then some other features we have is decel fuel cut, which I found isn't working properly. As you can see, I go ahead and turn it off and I rev, and the RPMs kind of hang. Sometimes they'll hang and stay there, and as you see right now, it's just kind of dropping slowly, but the RPMs are staying up. What the reason for this is having a little bit more peppier throttle response. When the fuel cut is off, it just completely cuts off fuel when it's at 0 TPS. So I currently have it set to on. Then you can start getting into your fine tuning, go into your fuel adjust, and as you can see by this little circle, you can adjust it in all these different cells, and you can fine tune everything and save your map off of this as well. So you can turn your auto tune feature off once you got it to where you feel that it is good, and then you can start adjusting it from here, and you can save a base map off of that. Once that base map's set, you can always leave your auto tune on. It will always work off of your base map. Also understand, it will not save the auto tune every time you turn the bike off. Then fuel acceleration, so it increases or decreases the acceleration fuel to improve throttle response as you're banging through the gears. This I haven't messed with, I just leave it at 100%. This is something I'm gonna get into a little bit later when I get the bike on the dyno and start advancing and pulling timing in certain RPMs in certain areas. And it's the same as the fuel map, you can adjust in certain cells and certain RPM ranges. Next, this is the idle RPM. It's to fine tune your idle. So let's say you put a cam in and it's really lumpy or it's really low B, you can adjust it
up and down. It takes a little bit. You usually have to adjust it, give it a little rev of the throttle, and it will go up, and then you can put it back down, rev it again. I messed with this a little bit and just left it at around 208, I believe it is. There is an option for a quick shift. You can buy the module. Steady Garage, Dro Sports, a couple other places sell this online, and you can actually set it to a bunch of different things. I don't have it, don't need it. The wheel speed gain is for fine-tuning your gauge cluster to read the proper speed, and that for the most part is the basic setup of the ARACER Mini 5. And so this is the main screen. I have up at the top, we have the air-fuel ratio, and down at the bottom we have a bunch of different things. You can actually scroll through this. It does have the AFR at the bottom, and you can also change it to Monitor Pro or the Monitor Lite. Also in the settings is where you're gonna find where you go to connect your B-Link. You can turn the GPS support on, that'll read off of your phone.
Hello.
So I'll give you a couple final thoughts on the swap. It's not for a beginner to do if you are not familiar with wiring and are not very mechanically inclined. If you want to do this swap, you need to know how to turn wrenches. You need to understand how a bunch of different things work. This should guide you on your way to getting to where you need to be. This is not the proper way or the improper way of doing the swap. This is just how I did the swap. And I feel that this is the most straightforward, not necessarily easiest, but this is the most straightforward way to go. You could go spend about $1,800 on a frame after powder coating, shipping, and so on, and then have a smaller gas tank. But the way this is, you can reverse it. So you aren't stuck with this motor forever. You can go back to a grom motor. Will I? No.
I would say overall, I am very happy with this and how this is set up. You guys don't know me yet, but I'm never done with a project. This is not done. We're gonna get this thing tore apart soon, and we're gonna have another part of the build project coming for you. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a few things on how to install the 300 into the SF Grom. It was a fun project for me. I learned a lot. I have a lot of things coming. I literally have an entire stack of parts for the entire Grom. I hope I helped at least one person get through their 300 swap. All right, so that's it for episode 4, and that's it for this project for the time being. I want to thank you guys for watching along on all these episodes. It means a lot to me. So we have a completely new build coming in the next episode. So stay tuned, click the notifications bell, click subscribe, like, leave some comments, let us know how you felt about this. If you have any questions about the motor, I know a lot of people have tons and tons of questions, so just leave the comments and I'll get to them as soon as possible. So stay tuned, we got a lot of stuff coming.